Snowy Splendor, Short Story Book 1, written by Naseem Achakzai. Floating Feather, Short Story 9. A plant everywhere on the surface of planet Earth defines its basic quality. Every plant possesses its practical involvement on this living planet. Practical involvement and qualities are the stories of day-to-day life. We build our stories on these qualities and functional involvements. They turn into grounds. On the opposite, they also turn into figures. Most of the time, qualities and functional involvements play their roles like characters. The basic nature of each plant tells us its possessing story. We can understand their stories if we infer about their use in life. Their effect on human life shows the meanings. They have the degrees of their excellence. A few patches of clouds moved over a green valley. They were dry inside. They had no power to shed rain. The sun shone brightly. The atmosphere remained cold and calm. Peace and calm is one of the gifts the life of nature contains. It was in the center of the valley that a lot of fragrant shrubs with green leaves had seen their full seasons. There were few more plants of wild rose. These wild rose produced a sort of tick-tick when they were burned in fire. Their smoke and fragrance were mostly used to keep the atmosphere cleaned from germs. Its smoke is generally used to treat spell, ill omens and diseases. These both plants called the green shrubs and the wild rue were called useful plants for human life. On the other hand, the small leaves of the green shrubs were also used regularly to bake bread of wheat for human beings when they became dry. There were also plants of poisonous and sharp thorns. These thorny bush were a tasty food for the camels of great caravans. These plants of sharp thorns would always stare at the softness of green leaves with envy. And the green leaves knew that these sharp and poisonous thorns would be eaten by camels soon. A soft wind started. The wind flew slowly. It moved and touched leaves, trees, and plants of the surroundings. Wow! Great! Beautiful! The voice of appreciation of the wild rue was heard in the area. It echoed everywhere. All plants and shrubs became attentive. "Look over there," said the wild rue. All plants in the surrounding looked into the direction the wild rue had pointed out. They saw that a kind of soft and beautiful white feather had appeared in the scene like a movie shot. It was floating smoothly. It flew happily on the surface of carrying wind. It stirred like it was dancing in the air. It danced beautifully in the middle of the valley. It was a nice scene. It was such a nice view that every sensitive plant enjoyed. No one could stop itself from saying a word or a statement of appreciation except the jealous thorn bush. The envious thorn seemed stunned. It showed a stubborn forehead. The scene of the dancing feather spread in a kind of pleasure in all existing plants, animals, and insects. All plants had a sense of joy. No one could stop watching it. Everything was attentive to it. Even stones felt a kind of sensation in their strong veins. So much so, a lizard stopped for a while. That was not a lizard which did not care about any day-to-day scene. Right now, it seemed as though even this naughty lizard was serious and happy to see a floating feather in the mid of the air. It was dancing with the help of a smooth and soft wind. The dry and silent cane of the area started playing flute for its dance. The soft white snow feather captured its rhythm. The feather followed the notes of the flute of the naked and dry cane. The scene turned into a nice dance with soft music. If music is accompanied by a rhythmical dance, the atmosphere gets nice. Suddenly the waves of the wind were stopped. That was an abrupt halt. No one could imagine that the wind would be stopped abruptly. The feathers started coming down to the earth. At this time of the action, each plant desired to receive the touch of the softness of the feather. They all cried inside to have this white feather as a gift. They all wished to have the reunion of this white feather, which had been a token and sign of beauty. It was the touch of good luck for them. But it was the hard luck of the white feather that it flew over the plant of wild rue and fragrant shrubs and came nearer to the earth. Before meeting the scented leaves of the wild rue, the white feather was caught up in the sharp nails of the poisonous thorn bush. The white feather became entangled in the branches of the wild thorn. The feather cried and cried hard to release itself, but all its efforts were in vain. Wow! The beauty of the moment. Those who really appreciated your grace could not receive you. I got your softness. Wow! I captured your smoothness. Being poisonous, I'm so lucky. Now you are mine forever. My dear beauty, you will be tied up here in my thorns forever and ever, said the thorn proudly. While watching the tragic end of the nice movement of a white and soft feather, the wild rue became deaf and dumb. The fragrant shrub wore the veil of silence. The wild bee became busy again in its day-to-day hard work and labor to divert its attention from that hopeless scene. Each and every existing plant and animals, with all insects, could feel sorry. They all felt sorry for the awful end of the moves of the soft white feather. Like a white dove, the soft white feather had been trapped in the cruel clutches of wild and dangerous thorn. Hey you, my dear friend, do you have any idea to help this soft and white feather out of this poisonous thorn? Can't we release her from this bad luck? The wild rue addressed the green fragrant shrub. We can, answered the green fragrant shrub with confidence. Really? How can we do that? How? Asked the wild rue impatiently. Be patient. Watch and see. Always be patient, my dear friend. Don't lose your control. Don't lose your temper. Your temper is key to your secrets. Never ever lose your grip on your control. It is your power. Maintain it. Be clear-headed. Just learn how to wait and see, said the green fragrant shrub. What do you mean? I can't understand you. It is a critical time for that good-looking feather. We have to do something, please. Hurry, please hurry. Do something, please, insisted the wild rue. You know, we have to think positive for the best and happy future of this white feather, said the green fragrant shrub. Is that all? Does this positive thinking make any difference in this kind of situation when a white, soft and nice feather is arrested in the cruel clutches of a dangerous and poisonous force? Said the wild rue. As the wild rue was going to say more to convince the green fragrant shrubs to help that soft and white feather in anger and worry, and suddenly a camel appeared in the scene. Without wasting time, the camel attacked on the nearest thorny bush. It was the thorny bush that had arrested the soft white feather. The feather got free within no time. The white soft feather was released. It moved again. It started flying in the air with the help of another wave of the wind. She moved from the north to the south. It disappeared in the vastness of the blue sky forever. Its softness remained the myth of its time and space, which can certainly and artistically be turned into short stories, particularly for those nice children who want to read and improve life with great experiences.